31I team obtained a second email proving a clear split between Alabama and the state's Pardon and Parole Board. Thanks for joining us. I'm Dan Schaefer.
And I'm Nasha Sherman. Lynn Head, the woman in charge of deciding who stays in prison and who gets out early, wrote the parole board is, quote, under attack. It is the second document uncovered by our Way 31I team where parole leaders encourage workers to fight possible new laws that would limit the board's power.
Way 31's Brecken Terry is live after taking these emails to a victim who knows all too well about the board's past mistakes.
It's almost easy to forget about the man I spoke with today, but lawmakers say he is a perfect example of what's wrong with the parole board. And his message is clear: clean house and hire people that will actually reform this broken system.
Do you feel like they kind of took your voice away by not notifying you?
Absolutely. The parole board completely neglected their duty.
This man wants to remain anonymous, but in 2017, the parole board failed to notify him when the criminal who broke into his house almost 30 years earlier was up for parole. Last year, the board admitted it misinterpreted the law when it didn't notify him.
And most of those severe problems are of their own making.
But look at this email obtained by the Way 31I team. The board's chairperson, Lynn Head, sent this to every parole and probation employee. Our agency continues to be under attack this week in the legislature by the Attorney General, who stated that we are not following our own rules and that our system is broken. That statement surprises this victim.
I'm surprised at her approach also. That's kind of a shock to me because I had talked with her previously.
Governor Kay Ivey promoted Head last year to shake up the agency. She made the move after a series of Way 31I team stories discovered the parole board was consistently letting violent criminals out of prison early. The Attorney General said the parole board messed up when it recklessly paroled this man, Jimmy Spencer, who was supposed to be serving a life sentence. He's now charged with killing 3 people in Gunnersville. Spencer is the same criminal who broke into this man's house in 1989.
And I feel that it's kind of insulting.
Bills working their way through the State House and Senate could help shore up the system that let Spencer out. They strengthen victim notification, stop early paroles, creates more oversight, and forces the board to work with several other groups, including victim advocates. But in emails sent to workers by Head and Executive Director Eddie Cook, it's clear they don't think any change is needed.
It appears they're saying no matter what the governor wants, no matter what the Attorney General wants, we're going to play the game our way.
Head also wrote, "We are fighting to set the record straight, meeting with legislators and responding to the media with the truth, hoping that they will actually see it." I started calling all 3 people who make parole decisions last August. One of them is Lynn Head. I haven't gotten one response. It's clear to this victim what needs to happen next.
We don't need public officials like that in office. That's the bottom line on it. That's basic. We don't need that type of our taxpayer dollars can be spent much better than that.
Speaking of tax dollars, Cook actually encouraged employees to drive their state-issued vehicles to Montgomery to protest these possible new laws while on the clock getting paid. The Attorney General's office is looking in to see if Cook's request broke any type of laws. Live in Florence, Brecken Terry, Way 31 News.